How's everyone doing? Okay. Starter change up. Replacing the starter on a 2011 Buick Enclave. There's two ways to do it. There's a few videos out there, but they're not very specific on a lot of things. The second method is removing the motor mount, the front motor mount, which is the way I did it. If you don't have the tools to do it, like an angle driver or angle wrench, powered, air, or battery, once you get it loose, then you can use the power tool or the air tool. It's a whole lot better. Let me explain a couple of things that they didn't explain correctly on there because, oh my goodness, this thing is not fun at all to do. Let me get my light out. All right, so you come from the top. As you can see, the oil filter, right underneath that oil filter, you see it there. That's your front motor mount. That's your top nut to the motor mount. And then go down to the bottom. Right in there is your bottom motor mount. So the bracket that holds the motor mount, and there's two of the bolts there. And then, let me see if I can place this right so you guys can see it. Come on, Mr. Light. All right. Right back here. Where's my finger? There. That one. That's your third one. And what they don't explain is the fourth one hides way in there. So it's right behind up in there, but I'm gonna go from the top and show you where it's at. Now remember the bracket, right? The bracket on the top part has a groove. On that groove, see right by where the motor mount is. So underneath, right underneath the filter. So you're gonna have to take your filter out and take your cable, bring it up to where your filter rests at so it could be out the way. You don't have to, but it's a lot easier. There's two cables that hang down. You see some of these cables here, some do get in the way, but right underneath there, the cables that go, I believe, to the starter get right in the way. So you're gonna bring the thicker one up above that and lay it on the lip where the oil filter sits at. And right on that groove of the motor mount bracket, you'll see it where it has like a little slope and then it goes towards the inside of the bracket, but follow the one towards the outside. Follow that straight back, your 15 millimeter is there. Now your motor mounts are 18 millimeter. Your bracket, 15 millimeter. Your knock sensor that sits behind the starter, that's a 13 millimeter. Your starter, of course, that's a 13 millimeter. And then if your starter has a plate, heat plate like mine did, that's just a 1/4 inch. Okay. So, or should I say, I think it was 8 millimeter. You will need to take off that filter. It's a whole lot better without that filter in the way. Trust me. Just a little bit of oil spilled. Clean that up, no problem. But, and then I got it off and put the new one in. Started up just fine. But those are some of the issues that you will have. Top motor mount, front motor mount, the top nut bottom nut, 4 bolts on the bracket, on the motor mount bracket. Two down at the very bottom, one towards the right, a little bit further up, and one on the left, right underneath that oil filter. My advice, use some angle air or battery operated wrenches, because it'll make it a whole lot easier. Of course, start them off with your fingers. Start it off by hand thread it a little bit. Once it gets in there, then you're good to go. Just because if not, you'll be ratcheting forever. It's very tight, very, very tight. Someone just didn't want anybody to work on these vehicles on their own because they want the money. But for those that are a little bit inclined, a little mechanically inclined, this will help you out. Hopefully this will help you out. Thank you.